my daddy look like he's from? Now, this is my daddy, born and raised South Carolina. What country does he look like he's from on the continent of Africa? The results are in. So my dad took an ancestry test with AfricanAncestry.com, and this test traced his paternal lineage, meaning like the lineage descending from his father, grandfathers, etc. He got so many different really good guesses from all over Western and Central Africa, and the results are Gabon. My dad descends from the Ateke, Kota, and Sango people located in modern-day Gabon today. And this lineage has been passed down for the past 500 to 2,000 years. And this is just the paternal lineage. He will also descend from other ethnicities on his mother's side.
Docteur en chef en jadi le teta, don de Dieu. Isaac Chimini, le petit baron. Maître Christian Ankara, Maître Ike Matami, l'avocat de Barabas. Maître Bienvenu Faso. Et Manu Mabengo. Alem voilà la magicienne. Freddy Mayemba. Papi Masita Masitol. Natisa de Minnesota. Ebi Koyibanda la Gauloise. Jean-Luc Kabea, Shadrach et Koka.
To my beautiful and amazing royals of Africa, Mbolweni, my dear royals. This is your queen, Ngningone II, 17th generation crown queen of the Fangs and of the beautiful and amazing diasporan Africans, also known as the immortals, my people. Mbolo. Today I'm gonna teach you how to activate your spiritual GPS. Okay, my royals. So,
this video is for my Black Americans, brothers and sisters, and Black diaspora. I speak as a Congolese woman, and I speak from the history of the Kingdom of Congo, one of the oldest, well-documented, well-organized kingdom in Africa. And I truly need you to hear this with your soul. Your story didn't begin on a ship. Way before the transatlantic slave trade, the Kingdom of Congo was a well-structured monarchy, with its capital in Vincent, Congo, with royal court, justice system, ranked nobility, international diplomacy, and territorial administration. There was official correspondence between the King of Congo and the King of Portugal. There were relationships with the Vatican, were ambassadors, advisors, recognized power structure. In 1580, Don Enrique, son of Alfonso I of Congo, was consecrated as a bishop in Rome. That means Congolese noble lineage, they were being educated in Europe. When Atlantic expansion began to fracture the balance, they didn't took people without history. They took the children of the noble houses. They took the children of the elites. They took the children of the politicians. They took strategic lineages. In 1526, King Alfonso I of Congo wrote a letter denouncing his people were being illegally kidnapped by the Portuguese, and they were destabilizing the kingdom. Later on, in 1665, in the Battle of Wali, the King Antonio I of Congo was assassinated by the Portuguese fighting for his people and his sovereignty. And after that, part of the Congolese aristocracy was captured and sent to the Americans. That Congolese diaspora was including noble blood, political lineage, diplomats. With that, I'm saying all of them, they were descendants of king and queens. No, But most of them, yes, most of them, they came from structures of power. And that matters because for centuries, you were told you came from nothing. For centuries, you were told Africa was chaos. For centuries, you were told your own people sold you. In the case of the Kingdom of Congo, all that information you were told is false. The Kingdom of Congo was one of the most solid and well documented kingdom in Africa. So everything what happened is documented. You can go to the museums, you can go to the libraries, you can go everywhere. Is everything documented? Even most of the people they took because they were nobles, diplomats, they are all documented. And our resistance was not silent. Queen Nzinga of Congo, for decades she fought. She tried to negotiate. She tried to make international alliances. She tried everything. Our kings and queens, they fight in front of the line and they die defending our people. You are not descendants of slaves. You are descendants of people who were slaves. And before that, they were citizens of an ancient and well-organized and documented kingdom. Slavery was an imposed violence, was not the origin. Your story is older than a ship, stronger than a plantation. And yes, among of you there is kings, queens, princesses. When I saw you guys movies or online, it's like, look at them. They are kings and queens and princes and princesses. It's like, I wish they could know the story, where they came from, how they fight their ancestors for them. Because when I saw you guys, like, for me, it's like, you know, you are part of my descendants. And I saw it like, you guys are queens, kings, princesses, diplomats, nobles, monarchs. Like, remember who you are. Carry yourself knowing who truly you are. You are a king, a queen, a prince, a princess. All of you are the descendants of the Congolese people. You are real noble people, and not like normal one. Ancient, one of the most ancient noble people in the whole history of humanity. So carry yourself and know who you are.
My beautiful and amazing royals of Africa, as you could hear, that was a breathtaking message from your sister. Yeah, well, initially when I started my activism, I was very kind of optimistic that did the royal blood survive in major a percentage. Our nobilities and stuff, they are almost all gone. They were the fighters. They were the ones who led the other ones into freedom, right? They were the maroons, those who will run, the field ones. So as you know, majority left are just the house ones, okay, full of hatred, full of, I mean, they want to delineate. So that's what we're dealing with. But for the very few blue bloods of ours that are still there, they are all the worth us coming out, you know, risking it all, because we know they are out there searching for us too. But we deal with a lot of fake, okay, the peasants. Their bloodlines, remember, are not covenanted, so breakable easily. My royals. And in continuation, I will teach you how to activate your spiritual GPS. Okay?
Jacques Jiminy, le petit baron. Maître Christian Ankara. Nagisa de Minnesota. Emi Boyimanda la Gauloise, Charlie Kabeya, la Voilà la main du ciel, Freddy Mayemba, Papi Masita Masitol, Natisa de Minnesota, Maître bienvenu Faso, Eche Manu Mabengo, Maître Ike Matani, l'avocat de Barabas, Maître bienvenu Faso, Eche Manu Mabengo.
Divided house in America. My teachings are for my proud Africans, those who stand with full chest and say they are Africans. Yes, we are surrounded by a lot of fools, a lot of broken Africans, a lot of defeated Africans. The level of hatred toward African and toward self is so deep. No, but we have our proud Africans among them. Those of my forefathers and those of my foremothers, our dignitaries, our kidnapped kings and queens, our kidnapped warriors, our kidnapped priests and high priestesses. To them, my people. So today we are going to talk about activating your spiritual GPS. Just like when you're lost in the forest and somebody is looking for you, you have a phone or something, you got to find a way to send a signal of your location so that you stand a chance to be found. Same thing. Because when they snatch you from us, a lot of rituals were performed to cut that connection, that umbilical cord. So yes, this video is about teaching you how to send your signal to your ancestors back at home, that lineage you belong to. The time is now. How to send your signal. What does it mean? I know you are probably tempted to ask, but what does it mean? Send the signal. Sending the signal means so much. All right. Sending a spiritual signal to our ancestors, the lineage you belong to back at home, it means so much. It means that you are a recovered African. You are a healed African. For you to go to the point where you establish contact with them, especially for those the parents didn't pass down the tradition. I know there are some African Americans out there that never left Africa. They pour libation, they do all the things, most of it and stuff. I know there's still a few out there, still very solidly African. But for those where there's been an interruption, this means the world to us. This is like not only he's a survivor, you know, we're getting signal, he's calling by name, even the name of our tribe, that's our blood. It's a match. It's like a party on the other side. You see what I mean? This is like the confirmation of a recovered POW. All right. A recovered POW. All right. So that's what this video is about. All the spiritual heritage that comes with you watching me, because I hope you're ready. It's not because you hate me, my child. It won't work because these things I'm teaching you guys is for those ready to receive. If you're pure, your intentions are pure. Our ancestors were not demons. Let me repeat that. What comes with us requires pure heart. Okay? Our ancestors are not dumb. They don't release things until you're ready. So the quicker you move in your healing, drop the burdens of hatred, of jealousy, of envy, guilt, shame, of all these things. You don't need none of that. Become light like a feather. My dear people, you know, like when we travel abroad, our parents back at home, they instruct us of the following. Upon arrival, we are to do this in order to connect them who stay behind and the living and our dead, to connect them with us wherever we are. So this is what we do. Okay, as you know, your ancestor who was kidnapped, it's likely they didn't bring anything from home. But nonetheless, there's a way we connect with home, with headquarters. So we are taught that each time we arrive to a new land, we have to register with that land, with the spiritual authorities of that land. Okay? So by registering to the spiritual authority of that land, we are not only, getting permission for us to be there, not only us physically there, but if the laws in that country allows, even eventually with time, bring other relatives, not only the living are making the move, but our dead also are making the move. And how do we achieve that? We achieve it by pouring libation to the highest spiritual authority of that land, which is the land itself.
We ain't got time for games. If you don't want to be African, no problem. Get away from me.
Maître Christian Ankara, Maître Ike Matali, l'avocat de Barabas, Maître Mini, et Petit Baron, Maître Christian Ankara, Maître Ike Matali, l'avocat de Barabas, Maître Deveni Faso, et chez Manu Mabengo. Alem voilà la main du ciel. Freddy Mayemba. Papi Masita Masitol. Maître Ike Matali, l'avocat de Barabas. Maître Deveni Faso. Mini et Petit Baron. Maître Christian Ankara. Maître Ike Matali, l'avocat de Barabas. Maître Deveni Faso. Et chez Manu Mabengo. Jimini et Petit Baron. Maître Christian Ankara. Maître Ike Matali, l'avocat de Barabas.
So yes, my people, we are taught that when we enter a new land, just like we register with the immigration authorities at the port of entry, at the border, at the airport or the port or wherever, we are also to register with the spiritual authorities of the land. And the first thing we do, we pour a libation to that land. Okay? My children, as you know, we Africans, we are taught that we come from Earth, Mother Earth. Okay? She's the mother of all life, both human, vegetables, whatever life exists on Earth. Everything sits on it. The water sits on her. The earth, she's the great mother, all right? That's why when we die, they send us back to her by carving a hole into the dirt and putting us back there. I also taught that the earth, just like water, the earth has a memory as well, right? So we are taught that water has a memory of all the places it has been. Same thing with the earth. The earth has the memory of everything which has transpired on earth. Every conversation, every human being that has lived, has, walked on this earth, has left an imprint. So the earth has a memory as well. Since we are dirt and we go back to dirt, so the earth has a memory of everything that has transpired and everyone who have lived on earth before. Let's continue. That's why to Africans, the earth is a living entity. That's why we don't put a price on her. We don't tax land. Even the biggest kings, the most influential kings would not dare put a price on a land and tell people, okay, pay me this amount of taxes on her, because it is understood that she's a living entity. She's our mother. She's the one we get everything we need to sustain our life on earth. How disrespectful would it be for us to even set a price on her? That's why we Africans have, I would just say, indigenous populations. They have that relationship with the land. It's not something we own. It's like you can own your own mother. It makes no sense. So you see, okay. So with that, keep that in mind. So the mother is the same. What does it mean? So the mother is the same. It's just like in different parts of the world, she's called something else, you know? But before the oceans and the rivers came in between, it was all a uniform kind of mass called land. So what does it mean? It means the earth. If the earth in Africa has a function of a mother, we African, when we come to America, we believe that Mother Earth America is the same mother we left back at home. You know, she's the mother of all. And, you know, we're just children of a different father, born in different places, right? The Amerindians, they have Mother Earth as mother as well as the African. It's just with an Amerindian father. That's an analogy I give. So we have that common thing with the mother. So when we come to a new land, we have to register to the spiritual authority of that land. And the number one spiritual authority of any land is that land, the earth, the mother earth. All right. So what do? Upon arrival, we take like a sweet drink, like a soda. Our parents always instruct us to take something like orange soda, orange Fanta, orange Sunkiss, orange something, right? A soda or another sweet drink, whatever. So basically, what you do, you go to a little space where you have access to dirt. Okay, you can do it just like squatting over, but you have to kind of come close enough to the ground because you have to kind of also show humility. You can't be talking to the earth standing on your high heels and stuff. No, humility, either you get on your knees or you squat or even you sit down. Some people will lay on their tummy, whatever, but you speak to that earth with your working hand. Let's say your right hand. You tap 3 times to engage the earth. It's like tapping on your mother's shoulder. So you say earth, earth, earth. That's the letter. That's the activation code. Anything you will do or communicate to the earth, make sure you call her name 3 times. Earth, 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 mother, earth, mother, earth, mother, earth. If your tribe has a particular name, they call that name 3 times. It activates her. So number one, you introduce yourself. I am so and so, son of so and so and so and so. If you know both of your parents, in the case of us continental African, what do we say? I am so and so, daughter of so and so, son of so and so. I come from such country, Gabon, the Fang people of Gabon. And then you have to tell them the reason why you're on that land. If you came to study, you say, I'm here to study. If you came to live, you say, I came here to live, to start a new life. In the case of our diasporan children, you say, my ancestors were kidnapped and brought here as slaves, and I'm still in that land of captivity. So you have to identify yourself. When it comes to talking to the earth, forget about the lies. Our people, that's why when I see the priest and high priestess, sometimes I'm like, our people are not serious. A lot of them are delineating from Africa because that's the most popular thing to do right now. Our people had been African American for ages until recently. So now they're running around with feather. And this is where it becomes suspicious because anybody who claims they have any gift or something, they got it from somewhere. Where does your power comes from? Okay? So you have to see that. So when you come to talk to the earth, it's not the lies you guys tell each other on the internet. No. Because Mother Earth knows everything. Mother Earth is uncompromising. She's that mother that doesn't BS, it doesn't play favorite. Our people teach us to revere her, to be very careful with her. So we don't go to her with nonsense. If you know that if you do your DNA test, your blood gonna come from somewhere in West Africa, don't go and engage her, telling her, oh, I'm Native American from this land and blah, blah, and start talking all that BS, she will slap you. Don't do that. Okay, you go to her in truth. For those of you who are beautiful and amazing royals, our proud Africans who have already invested money in looking for whom they came from, bravo. You just say, hey, I'm a son of the Kota people of Gabon. I'm the son of the Fang people of Gabon. My ancestor was kidnapped and brought here to be slave, and I am still here. You know, I'm the generation who has taken root in this land called America. So basically, you put yourself on the map. You tell land of America, I am here not of my will. Not of my will. My people were forced here. So basically, you presenting yourself to that land authority that, please, land, be merciful with me. As you know, mother is, she's the safest entity you could go to. Okay. She's uncompromising and she's fair and she's loving. So you introduce yourself, you say, I'm son of the Kota, Donchogos, and the Fang people of Gabon. My ancestors lost the war against the Portuguese, as a result of which we were made prisoner of war and brought to this land called America. So you're already telling the land that you will need her permanent what? Protection. Because what? You in a foreign land. You were brought by force. So you position yourself already. In the case of our children here, that's the opportunity to say, Mother Earth, Mother Earth, Mother Earth, you who is fair, allow our conditions to improve. Let our demands for reparations to be met. You saw us suffer here. You saw us labor here. Now they're claiming we never done anything good for them. Mother Earth, you talk to her. Okay, my people. So that's why sometimes you guys just see that we foreigners come and do better. It's not that we are more intelligent or I don't know, or that we have something genetically that you guys in the diaspora don't have. No, no, no. It's because the way we move with the forces of nature. We move accompanied by nature. And of course, you tell Mother Earth what you want to see happen while you're there. As a student, you know, guide my path. You are the mother of this land and the owner. You know the good places I should go to and the bad places I should stay away from. As long as I shall be here, guide my path, blah, blah, blah. You see, you register yourself to the land. And for us foreigner, what do we say? We say, yes, land of America, let us know when it's time for us to return, when it's time for us to go back. Give us a sign that our stay, that you no longer want us here, that it's time for us to leave. You know, protect us, guide us, provide for us. I am here to work. I am here to start a new life. You know, I promise you I will live in observance of your law and the laws of your land. I'm not here to harm any of yours. Yes, because when people come with bad intentions, Mother Earth take care of them too. So you have to let your intention know you're not here to harm any of hers. Please make sure that none of yours hurt me too. I'm a humble guest. I'm a whatever. So you register yourself to that land. And you say, as you know, you accept me, as you welcome me, welcome anyone tied to me, attached to me, related to me, whether living or dead. Yes. That's how you open the floodgate for everybody else. Whether they go and seek for a visa, theirs gonna get approved. That of somebody else who never registered with that authority, land authority, his relative visa is gonna be rejected because America is not ready for her, for example. Okay, my people, that's how we walk. Okay, we don't move somewhere blindly.
You know, there's a lie that's been told for centuries about Black people in America, that we lost our connection to Africa and that the Middle Passage, it erased everything. But our names, they tell a different story. You know, when a mother names her daughter Ashanti, she's speaking the name of a powerful kingdom in Ghana, a people whose culture gave the world kente cloth and the Dinkra symbols. And she might not have ever been to Ghana, but something in her spirit remembered. When parents name their daughter Kenya, they're planting her at the foot of a sacred mountain, Kirinyaga, the place of the Kikuyu people, and they believe that that's where God rests. When a child is named Maisha, it's a variation of Aisha, and it means she who lives. That name survived the Atlantic, and it landed in a hospital room where a parent declared that their child would carry life in her name. And when someone names their child Africa, that's more than a name. It's a declaration, because Africa never left us. It lives in our music, it lives in our food, in the way that we gather, and the way that we love. It's quietly woven into everyday life here in America. The Akan people of Ghana have a word, Sankofa. It's a bird that flies forward while looking back, and it means it's not wrong to go back and fetch what you forgot. Every African name given to a black child in America is Sankofa. The connection between Africa and its diaspora was never broken. It's just been stretched across the ocean, and it's waiting for us to pull it back. And if you didn't know, now you know.
That's why in a previous video, I told you guys that the continental African is dangerous. Yes, we know these things that they whooped out of our ancestors in the diaspora. Okay? So you have to understand that there's a lot more about us. So at that point, you pour the sweet drink as you speaking. Okay? Open up doors for me. Make sure I'm safe. Only you, owner of this place, can keep me safe at all time. Yes. So even nature will line up to orchestrate your safety while you're there. People are going to think, oh, you a magician. You're no. You somebody's child who understand her place in the world, who understand her right. All right. And who understand her power, her authority or his authority. That's all it is. So for example, and you're going to go against somebody like that. You're going to go and start, plotting against somebody like that. When the forces of nature of that country have set favor on that person, the minute you start messing with them, these same forces of the nature are going to start whooping you left and right. Like, how dare you? How dare you go after someone we have granted favor? We have granted mercy. We have granted, hospitality. So you see, that's how you activate your spiritual GPS. Okay? So you pour that liquid to the ground, Ale. So this is for me. This is for my forefathers. This is for my brothers and sisters who may want to join me here one day. May we be prosperous. May we be in good health. May we be protected. May we be as long as we shall live. You can even go and you can even enter into a covenant with Mother Earth.
Maître Christian Ankara, Maître Ike Matali Labuka de Barabas, Maître Bienveni Faso, Eche Manu Mabengo, Sembola la Matriciel, Reti Mayemba, Mapi Masita Masitol, Natise de Minnesota, Ebi Moïbanda la Gauloise, Maître Christian Ankara, Maître Ike Matali Labuka de Barabas, Maître Bienveni Faso, Eche Manu Mabengo.
Every beginning of the year, I'm going to treat you with this. Pour a gallon of milk onto the ground. Every, birthday, whatever. Find something, that little thing you will share with Mother Earth. That's how we register ourselves and our clan. So wherever we go, our ancestors, that portal is now open. Free circulation. So as I said, you can't go before Mother Earth with lies. Go and claim that you're from there. No. You are trying to make her children from that land. You are trying to steal from them. You are an imposter. You most likely you're going to be a community that will struggle. And what our people are doing, claiming the identity of the Native American, I mean, trying to push the eraser. They are the one who going to end up getting erased. Yeah, because they are native. They hold the spiritual power of this land. Nothing goes. Pay attention. Why did of anybody British give hell to? Why did they sought to give them reparation? Why they're the one who were given reparation? Christophe Columbus indeed discovered because they know spiritual laws. They knew they couldn't be prosperous. They couldn't build anything that will hold as long as the native are crying, as long as the native are disempowered. So what they did is symbolic. Yeah. Everything they do is symbolic. You see? So basically, those who don't believe in the laws of nature, those who don't believe in the forces of nature, I'm inviting you to look at the aftermath of the European invasions and colonizations of lands around the world. So you mean to tell me that a group of people who had 400 to 500 years head start, having access to free labor at will, having access to free mineral resources, whether natural or humans, they are in trillions of dollars in debt. I mean, you got to believe to the forces of nature. Although the European, they found a way to fight their wars, right? Just like you will see to unalive a bunch of Mexican, they're going to choose a Mexican American to go do the job. To unalive a bunch of African American, they're going to take an African American to go do the job because they understand the laws of nature. They understand the law of land, the law of blood, the law, all that. Okay. So they learn to play their war in the background, just like you saw them trying to go after our beloved Captain Ibrahim Traore. Who did they put in the front? They put another black man to do that because they know that a man of his magnitude, a man of his caliber, although the history said, oh, he was just a little army, whatever. No, the people he comes from, the bloodline he comes from has a mission to render to Africa, to the humanity as a whole. So if they're going to be the force removing him, they know the level of karma that goes with it. That's why they use their pawns. And if you debate their slaves who go by the name of FBA, when you interact with them while you are debating or arguing, they're looking you up. They're reporting you to some kind of authority. If it's TikTok, they're going to report you to TikTok while they're throwing blows. But any blow you're going to send, they will report. So your account gets suspended and stuff like that. They move just like them. Yes, yes. And I use the word slave freely. Those who have been watching me, one of the cool things about being chosen and be crown queen, you get the license to roast idiots. Okay? You get that license from God. You roast idiots. So when these slaves come into your life, just like masters, when they approach our forefathers, they come, they claim friend, they want to be friend. But they really need access to you to see what they can destroy. They need access to you to see what they can destroy. If it's a kind of friendship from a distance, the minute they decide to come visit you is to come size you up. So no matter the tricks, they can use, laws are laws, and especially the laws of nature are unbreakable. So as much as our people are going, oh, they are indigenous, they are this, they are that, they're committing a crime of identity. And these kind of crime are unforgivable. I need to warn them. These kind of crime are unforgivable. Watch them being reduced to nothing. Because as a son of a land, all you need to do is rise up early in the morning and ask the protectors of your land to remove all the scums. When you become a problem to the native and they know spiritual laws, your days among them are counted. That's why I don't encourage all that nonsense. Yeah. So you have to understand that our former master, they know that they are of a lower spiritual, rank. They can't curse you. All they can do is help you curse yourself, help you destroy yourself to get you out of the way. So mind you, when our people were here, claiming to be African Americans, even though they never set foot in Africa, but they had that love, they had that passion. You saw them thrive. They were protected. Now, the former masters are now telling them, hey, you are the true native here. Look at what is happening since they start claiming this land now. More and more privileges that our fathers in the 60s fought and obtained for us are now gone. Everything they fought for is now being ripped away. So the more they claim to be from here, the more they're taking from them. All this is Thai, okay? Don't have claims to a land that is not yours. There's a reason why they haven't been able to rip Africa from under us altogether. They try wars, but we know the law of our lands. It's very important.
Because I have high racial and cultural self-esteem, you can't bait me into diaspora wars. You can't get me to dislike black people from other places because they have different experiences than me. I'm a smart person. You can't do that to me. Do you see how that works? I'm a culturally informed person. I'm a socially informed person. I'm mentally fit. You can't do that to me. And the more of us that are mentally fit, culturally fit, they can't force us to do their handiwork for them. Like, skip to the part where you know. Stop trying to find arguments where there aren't arguments. At the end of the day, when it really boils down, I'm not going to spend the majority of my time fighting you. That's dumb. Stand up. Stand up now, actually.
Even I watched a video, I saw that they have like a system, they tap out their children when they send them to die in their many wars. Why is the parent required to be there? So now I'm going to tell you why they require the parents to be there to tap their children out. So yes, we're going to have to go on Patreon to finish this conversation, because this conversation is only for the royals of Africa. And we are going to talk more about libation, what to do in times of war, when you live somewhere and the country enters into war, and when you dispatch your children to a war zone, like when you're sending them off, things you need to do if you want to stand a chance of seeing your loved one again. We are even going to talk about entering into a covenant with that loving and protective Mother Earth. Let's meet on the other side, in my kitchen, on Patreon. Shall we? All right. If we part ways here, peace in your home, love in your heart, and unity, my people. Until next time. Mwah.
Docteur Njef Njadi le Teta, nom de Dieu. Isaac Jimini, le petit baron. Maître Christian Ankara, Maître Ig Matali, l'avocat de Barabas. Maître Bienvenu Faso, et chez Manu Mabengo. Alem voilà la magicienne. Freddy Mayemba, Papi Masita Masitol. Nagise de Minnesota. Kabeya, Shadrach Koka.